What's up, guys? I'm the Desperate and Strong Family Money Show. Welcome back. So I've been doing a little research online. Been trying to lose a little weight. Been trying to get in a little better shape. And so I found these celebrities, right? So all these celebrities have always in shape, and I found 5 of them that that I grew up with. That makes sense. Anyway, I've known since I was a kid, right? They've been in movies or done things that I have been interested in for a long time. That's probably a better way to say it. Or even currently, right? They're in a movie, and I'm like, wow, that dude's in good shape. So what does he do? So I found 5, right? And before I name off the 5 that I found, I found 4 things that they all do. They all have in common, right? So I guess I'm giving you the TLDR in the beginning. So all 5 of them, hold fitness in high regard, right? So it's very important to them. And there isn't a time where they're not in shape. So these 5 guys, right? They all have these things in common. Number 1 is they hold in high regard, right? So they're always in shape. They're never out of shape. So it's like second nature to them, and they never have to get back into shape, right? They all eat clean. All these guys are all chicken breast and rice guys, right? So that they understand that, yeah, you go to the gym and you work out, but your bread and butter is not having bread and butter, right? Your bread and butter is eating correctly for what you want to do, right? There's a time and place for eating a lot. There's a time and place for eating, a little bit. But they understand that nutrition is very important, and they all work out hard, right? They don't pretend to work out. They all understand that intensity and whatever you're doing, and you can say that that's why they're successful, just because they're intense in general. But when they work out with intensity. They understand that one, they work out with intensity because they don't have a lot of time, be it in their day or in their schedule in general, to devote to the gym. So when they go and they hit it hard. And that's probably just that's just how they live their lives, right? But in intensity, because they understand that is what makes the body respond. They're not guys that go and spend a lot of time talking and yakking it up, right? They're there to do a job and get it done and move on, right? And and I guess the biggest factor you can argue is that they're motivated because it helps their career to be in the shape that they're in, right? But who's to say that if they weren't famous, they wouldn't look that way? It's like when you talk about bodybuilders in general. Just to go off on a tangent, when you talked about bodybuilders in general, elite bodybuilders, they take gear. It's not no longer taboo to say that they take gear, and that's what makes them elite, right? Because they have assistants to make them bigger, but those people who are elite bodybuilders that take gear and win the Olympia, they would be the best. The person that's in the best shape in the gym if they weren't taking gear, because that's just how their body responds, and that's how they work out that's how their body responds when they work out hard, and they would have that motivation and that discipline to do it anyway, and they will still be in better shape than anyone that's in the gym right now. The only difference is they understand that in order to compete at a higher level, they have to take gear to be bigger to compete with the other guys that are taking gear to be bigger. But that's a different story. But these people use their job as motivation to stay in shape. But again, is it their personality that got them the job that they have, and that's just how they approach everything? Or, do they understand that to keep their job, they have to stay in shape, so they use that as motivation as well? So number 1, I'm a big soccer guy, I'm a big soccer fan. David Beckham, always in good shape, right? He's my age, right? And the dude's, been an underwear model, and that's, you got to be in shape to be an underwear model. But even now, a lot of times when professional athletes in general, but once I understand soccer players stop playing, right? They stop exercising, and there's no reason for them to be conscious of their physical appearance, and most importantly their weight, because you got to carry it around the field. But Bex is always in good shape, right? Always still playing, right? Adidas has no qualms about putting him in a video or ad now because he still looks great, right? So he's a clean eater, right? He does a lot of, from what I saw online, he does a lot of like circuit training, cardio, high intensity stuff. Being a soccer player in general, weight training really isn't super high on the list or a priority as far as your fitness, because you got to carry all that weight around the field, and all that muscle needs oxygen, and you want to use your oxygen to play the game. They do some weight training, but it's basically as a supplement for their agility and cardio. So his form of exercising that he enjoys doing, and that's important because he does it till this day, is to do a lot of circuits or giant sets and sprinting in between. So but he does that with, by looking at the dude, and he does that with intensity. Second one is Mark Wahlberg. We've all heard his insane schedule and how he stays in shape. But again, even when I first knew the guy, when he was a rapper, before he was an actor, he was already in shape. And again, that's probably just he would probably go to the gym with his boys and lift weights. But anyway, the dude does a lot of circuit training also. He has a gym, as a matter of fact, that's a franchise gym that specializes in kind of like a circuit cardio, weight training kind of workout plan. But he does it religiously. Yeah, he's a religious guy. He does it religiously, with intensity. He understands, right? He does. So I've seen videos, and it could be for the camera, but whatever. I've seen videos of him working out, and he understands fitness, and what he's doing and why he's doing it. He doesn't really do exercises that are gimmicky or he understands that if I want this kind of body, right, I have to do these exercises and do them well and with intensity, and it shows, right? We have Mario Lopez, all these dudes are like my age, right? So Mario Lopez, remember him from Saved by the Bell on TV. Even then, he was so it's part of his lifestyle. Even then, when he was younger, he still was in great shape. But he understands that, and you see him, on social media. He, you have videos of him eating tacos with his dad, but you also have videos of him showing his kid how to make a protein shake, right? So he understands that, you can go out and have a good time, but you gotta pay the piper and eat your tilapia and broccoli. But again, his physique is, you can tell that he knows what he's doing in the gym, and it's kind of like a job, right? You go in to get stuff done so you can go out and get other stuff done. He does a lot of boxing, right? He does a lot of cardio stuff because that's, you work out for the physique that you want. Chris Hemsworth, Thor, he's a younger dude, but he's in great shape, and he has that Viking look to him. He's always, for Thor, he may be a little bigger than when he walks around in real life. But that's just getting ready. That's just getting ready for a role and a couple of tweaks to your diet and working out, and you're bigger. But this guy understands that for the type of roles that he wants to get, that's the kind of look that he has to have. So he makes sure he always has it, right? You hear stories of someone like Matt Damon, who goes from the Born Identity to the he had a movie here where he was like in shape and then got really fat for one role, and then he had to turn around and do the sequel for the other movie, and he had to lose like a bunch of weight in some insane amount of time, right? I don't think that's healthy, and it's not really manageable. Dudes like these dudes that are on the list, right? They always make sure that they're at the top of their game physique wise. That way, like Chris Hemsworth, right? I guess he can do a couple of tweaks and he can get ready for this role, a couple of tweaks and get ready for that role. He doesn't really have to go on a roller coaster to, get ready for all these different body types. And last but not least, everyone's favorite, right? The Rock. It helps when you're come from his lineage, right? His dad was a big dude, right? Wasn't really cut, right? But he was a big guy, wrestler, right? When I first heard of The Rock back when he was WWF, he was a big guy, right? He looked like he was strong, but he doesn't look anything like he does now. He was kind of like, a little more, a couple more pounds on him. Wasn't as big, but now the dude's a monster. And but again, yeah, that's what gets him the roles that he's looking for, right? Helps. He has a great personality. He's a great actor. The guy does everything, right? Everyone loves The Rock. But he does a lot of, he comes from playing football. He does a lot of gym stuff. Just regular weight training and lifting weights, right? And pretty boring stuff, but you can see what that boring stuff does for The Rock. But again, you can see that, one, they understand their diet, they eat clean. Two, they understand their workout protocol and they follow that to a T. Three, they know that they have to make it part of their lifestyle, so it's not a task that they have to drudge through. They understand that, all these three things combined get me the body that I want. And if it's for their job, it gets me the jobs that I want, right? And you also see that for everybody it's all the same, right? They're not doing anything any different than what you have to do to get in shape. Their motivation may be different, their personality may be different, and those may be things that we can unlock or improve, but they still have to eat right, they still have to go to the gym, and they still have to do it for a long time. So those people are no different than us. They understand what they have to do to get the body they want, and they do it, and probably at all costs. They're probably not very happy, cheerful people when they're getting ready for a role and they have to eat tilapia and broccoli 4 times a day, hour cardio twice a day, and they hit the gym every day. They're probably not very happy at that time, but they understand that they have to get their job done, put money in their pocket and food on their table. So anyway, everyone's the same. Everyone has to do the same amount of work. 135 pounds weighs the same for me or The Rock. And get out there, get motivated, have a plan, and you too can have a celebrity physique. I'm Andres from the Strong Family Money Show. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.